So there's a few different police game passes inside of ERLC, but which one is the best value for money game pass, or the one that you'll probably use the most? Well, let's take a look in this video. If you do enjoy it or if you find it useful, drop a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. So on the ERLC game page, we can see three main police game passes. We have the detective pass, the police customization pass, and finally, and most expensively, the SWAT team game pass. Now each of these do different things. Some would argue the detective and police customization is kind of similar, but we'll go through everything that you get in each game pass, and this will also be timestamped as well if you want to skip to a specific game pass. But let's get started with the cheapest, which is the detective pass. So as you can see, it gives special detective perks in game. Most importantly, it gives you the undercover car package. So it's important to note, you don't get undercover cars in the police customization game pass. You only get that in the detective game pass, and you can see you also get the visor lights as well, which is the lights in the windscreen rather than on the roof of your car, and the undercover texture, as well as undercover uniform and a few detective tools. So let's go in game and take a look. Okay, so let's start off with the detective uniform, which is this one just here. So by undercover, it's not really undercover, it's still like the police one, just without the police logo on the shirt, and it doesn't look as obvious, but still very obviously a police officer. And you've still got the badge down here as well. To be honest, most people don't use this. Most people use custom uniforms that you buy like a shirt for like 5 Robux or something, but it is there if you wanted to use it, or if you don't have more Robux to buy an actual outfit. And if we have a look at the actual gear you get, so you can see all here is detective. So you get the evidence markers, the binoculars, which are pretty cool and underused, the police tape, and the detective badge. And I think that is about it. I don't think you get anything else from there. Just to check, no, that's not on the detective. So taking a look, these are the evidence markers. You can place these down however you wish, and that's about it. They are a little bit glitchy, as you can see. I'm not sure why it's placing like up there, but yeah, you can see these are the evidence markers. They're pretty cool. And then these are the binoculars. So these, if you get these out, you can actually see quite far, and you can also zoom in and out with your scroll wheel. So if we say we wanted to look at that post box over there, we can zoom all the way in, and we can see all the way over there, which is pretty cool, I must say. It's nice that you can actually see that far away, because you can't really see much from here, but with the binoculars you can actually zoom in, and for role plays this can be very good. It is important to note this detective game pass is mostly just for roleplay purposes. You can't really do anything or gain any advantage aside from undercover cars if you want to like sneak up on someone. Other than that, it's mostly just roleplay purposes. But let's take a look at, most importantly, the undercover cars. So as far as I'm aware, not every car has the undercover option, but let's just go with this one as an example because it's not customized. If you go to vehicle accessories, you can see if we scroll down, we have the option to go undercover, and what this does is it removes the light bar and obviously removes the texture. As you can see, it isn't exactly fully undercover yet, because we still have things like the push bar, which you have to take off, the plate lights you probably want to take off, same with the grill lights, and these ones in the windows are fine. However, in recent updates this has kind of changed. So before, in the windows it was fine, you could never see them either way, but now with car interiors on some vehicles only really works completely undercover on vehicles that don't have a car interior. As you can see, this car, which is an undercover car, you can clearly see the lights on the back, the side, and in the visor, even though it's a completely undercover car. And obviously people will see that you are a police officer based on what clothes you're wearing, so you might want to kind of try and discreet that a little bit, take off all the lights, maybe keep these ones on, but if you're behind someone, it's very noticeable that you are now a police car. So the best tip for undercover at the moment is to use cars that don't have interiors, because it's not really undercover if they have interiors. But yeah, other than that, that's about it for the detective game pass. So let's move on to the police customization game pass. So what do we get in the police customization game pass? You can see it is 400 Robux, so 100 Robux more than the detective game pass and around 300 Robux less than the SWAT team game pass. And as you can see, it gives you instant access to customize any police vehicle, remove the light bar, push bar, spotlight, etc. Comes with the option to add extra lights and accessories to your car. So we'll take a look at these now. So you don't get any extra tools or uniforms with this, you don't get anything like that. All you simply get is police customizations. So if we go, let's just go with this car right here, we can have a look. If we go to vehicle accessories, pretty much all of this stuff on here, apart from the undercover option and the visor light bar, is the police customization game pass. So if you want to change the lights on the top, if if you want to have a legacy light bar or a Valor light bar or dash lights. That, I don't think that's detective, I think that's police customization. If you want to have a rear light stick, which is pretty cool, or a rear light bar, whatever you want to do, all of this is the police customization game pass. If you want to add a trailer hitch, that's not, but if you want to add like a civilian horn or a laptop, which is actually pretty cool, I did not know that was a thing that you could add. Not sure where it adds it. Can you guys see that? I can't. Obviously we've got the grappler, the wheel covers, the push bar, along with the wraparound push bar as well if you wanted that. That is police customization game pass, because you can't have the grappler if you want the wraparound push bar. And yeah, there's a lot of different things you can customize, but other than that, that is all. So if you really like specific role plays, then this game pass is probably good for you. But if you don't, then it's probably not, because all you can do is change the way your car looks. You can add antennas, add a few more lights, push bars, all that. As I said, if you like extreme roleplay, it's definitely worth it. And if you play some roleplay servers like the UK ones that require you to have specific loadouts on your vehicle, like a specific light bar or something like that, then it's probably worth getting it. But if you just play public servers all the time, I'd probably recommend against this one. It's quite expensive and you don't really get much apart from some vehicle customizations. Let me know in the comments which game pass you like the most. But let's move on to the biggest and most expensive game pass in the entire game, which is the SWAT Team Game Pass. So this one is 750 Robux, by far the most expensive game pass in the game, and as you can see, it gives you access to all of the SWAT content: tactical uniform, tactical vest, battering ram, armor truck, G360 rifle, sniper, and the SWAT vehicle texture. But as you can see, it is worth noting the Bearcat armor truck is unlocked at rank 3, so even if you buy the game pass, you don't immediately get it for free. So let's take a look at the equipment you get first, and we'll start off with the guns. So this is the only game pass for the police team that includes extra guns, and you get this right here, the Orsis T5000, which is the only police sniper. So if you want to combat criminals with a sniper as a police officer, you will need the SWAT Team Game Pass, which can be useful. Of course, the range on this is like incredible. If we wanted to look over by that post box we were looking at earlier, as you can see, you can easily take a nice shot with this sniper here, and that is just really awesome. And then finally we have the G36C. So you only get 2 guns at the moment. It's likely they will change the SWAT Team Game Pass in a future update. It hasn't been updated in quite a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets updated soon. But yeah, this is just a rifle. This is probably the best gun on the police team, to be honest, for like close combat or anything like that. Obviously the sniper's good if you just want to one-shot someone, but this is better than all the other guns you get on the police team in my opinion, and they're very nice. And taking a look at the uniform, so we get this basic SWAT uniform, although again most people use custom uniforms which you can buy for like 5 Robux or something. I did do a video on the best police uniforms, which will be linked in the description if you guys want to check it out, for all different countries, all different types, like bicycle units, patrol units, SWAT units, you name it. There's all of them for literally every different country: Asia, Europe, America, everywhere, and all the countries within them continents. So check that video out from the description if you want some good uniforms. But moving on to the gear, we do get quite a lot. So if I just remove these, we start off with the ballistic shield. So this actually does defend you from taking some damage. Not all damage completely, you will still take damage if someone's shooting at you, but it does defend you from taking some damage, which is definitely cool for sure, and can give you an advantage. And you can also use this with a small gun, so I'm talking like a pistol or something. You also get the battering ram, which allows you to break in to wanted people's houses. So if someone's wanted and they've locked themselves in a house, you can go up to the door, use the battering ram, and be able to get inside. This used to be more useful before you could actually shoot glass. Now you can just break the glass and run inside, I believe. So not as useful anymore, but still very useful for roleplay purposes. Then we have 2 SWAT vests. These are exactly the same, just for different avatar types. If you have the blocky avatar like me, then this one works. If you have the non-blocky avatar, please don't wear this one, it looks ridiculous. Wear this one. And likewise, if you have a blocky avatar, don't wear this one, it looks stupid. We also have a helmet up here which has loads of customizations. If you go up to the top, you can remove hats, you can add a headset, goggles, a flashlight, you can turn it on or off, a face shield, and a face mask as well, so you can be fully tacked out. If you have this and a vest and the ballistic shield, you will take less damage as well from being shot at, so it is pretty cool. And finally, if you want the safety rope, which in my opinion is one of the most useful tools in the game, that is on the SWAT Gamepass. You can attach up to anywhere, hold F and R to extend yourself, and as you can see, it will literally lift you up. As you can see, I'm holding F right now and it's lifting me up to wherever it is attached to, and then you can just attach it anywhere. And yeah, it's pretty cool, and you can hold R to lower yourself down. Very cool for tactical operations. Just make sure you don't put it away, otherwise you'll fall. And that is about it for all of the different tools you get. So there is quite a big range, and as I said, it will probably get updated at some point in the future. Now let's move on to the cars. So not only do you get the SWAT Bearcat, we'll talk about that in just a moment, you also get a SWAT livery for a few of the vehicles. Not every vehicle has it, but some of them, such as this car right here, has this livery right here, which is the SWAT livery. It should not be unmarked. I'm not sure why it's unmarked. It's literally just an unmarked car. That's probably a glitch from ERLC side. That'll probably be fixed when you're watching this video, but this one should work. There we go. This is what it looks like. This is what it should look like on all the cars that have it. It's just a special weapons and tactics, which is what SWAT stands for. Special livery, which is just a nice one. If you don't want to use the SWAT Bearcat, you can just use it for role plays, of course. Very, very nice. And then let's check out the final main thing you get, which is the SWAT truck. So you can customize this a little bit, you can change the livery and not much else, to be honest. But yeah, it is quite an outdated model. You can see the brake light, you can see it doesn't have brake lights or reverse lights, which is quite strange, but it is cool. The lights do look very cool. The indicators do look quite nice. They're not like the horrible texture like on some of the older cars, but it is really, really slow. It is worth noting. But if you want to see how much damage it takes, if you take a look at my vehicle damage in the top right, if I crash into this street light over here, as you can see, it hardly takes any damage. The vehicle damage is the blue line, and you can see it's literally taking like no damage as I crash into these. And it's the same with getting shot at as well. It really, really is pretty much impossible to set on fire. So if you want to do a big SWAT raid, you can see it's hardly taking any damage, then I would recommend using this car. Only downside is it's very slow, but it looks cool. And of course you can have up to 4 people hanging on the outside of it, and I believe you can have 2 people or 4 people inside as well. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, you can definitely have some people inside, which is pretty cool. And that is all for this video, everybody. Let me know in the comments which Game Pass you prefer out of all of the ones on this list. I would love to know your thoughts, and thank you very much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Check out everything else from the description, and also check out channel memberships. There's loads of amazing perks like being in videos, Robux giveaways, talking to me in a private Discord server, whatever. You check them out, link in the description. Really appreciate all of your support. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.